The Boeing 737-130 marked the beginning of one of the most successful and enduring families of aircraft in the history of commercial aviation. This aircraft, the first of the Boeing 737 series, set the foundation for what would become the world's best-selling jetliner. This small comprehensive video report will explore the origins, design, and impact of the Boeing 737-130, offering a detailed look at its development, performance, and legacy. The Boeing 737-130 was developed during the mid-1960s, with the first prototype taking flight on April 9, 1967. The aircraft was officially introduced into service with Lufthansa on February 10, 1968. The 737-130 was in production for a relatively short period, as it was part of the initial 737-100 series, which was produced until 1969. During this time, Boeing built a total of 30 units of the 737-130, which served as a precursor to the more widely produced 737-200 and subsequent models. The Boeing 737-130 was designed and built by Boeing Commercial Airplanes, a division of the Boeing Company, headquartered in Seattle, Washington, USA. The design of the 737-130 was led by a team of engineers under the direction of Joe Sutter, who later became famous as the father of the Boeing 747. The 737-130 was conceived as a smaller, shorter-range counterpart to Boeing's larger jets, such as the 707 and 727, aiming to meet the needs of airlines for a short-haul, efficient, and economical jetliner. 3. The sole purpose that it was originally designed for. The Boeing 737-130 was originally designed to serve as a short-haul commercial jetliner, capable of operating efficiently on shorter routes with fewer passengers than the larger jets of its time. The 737-130 was intended to be a versatile aircraft that could operate from smaller airports with shorter runways, making it ideal for regional and domestic flights. The aircraft's compact size and efficient design made it particularly appealing to airlines seeking to serve less densely populated areas without sacrificing performance or profitability. 4. It was based primarily in the United States. The Boeing 737-130 was based primarily in the United States, where it was developed and manufactured. Boeing's production facilities in Renton, Washington, were the primary site for the assembly of the 737-130. While the aircraft was designed and built in the U.S., its first customer was Lufthansa, making the 737-130 a significant player in both the American and European markets. The 737-130's success helped Boeing establish a strong presence in international markets, particularly in Europe, where the demand for smaller, more efficient jets was growing. 5. In addition to its original factory, the plane has seen production runs in other countries. While the Boeing 737-130 was produced exclusively in the United States at Boeing's Renton plant, the aircraft's production involved components and parts sourced from a global supply chain. Key components, including avionics, engines, and various structural elements, were manufactured by suppliers in countries such as Canada. Companies like de Havilland Canada contributed to the production of structural components. Japan. Japanese firms were involved in the production of certain parts and systems, leveraging the country's advanced manufacturing capabilities. However, there were no complete production runs of the 737-130 outside the United States, as Boeing centralized final assembly in its Renton facility. 6. Technical specifications and performance. The Boeing 737-130 was a pioneering aircraft in terms of its design, incorporating advanced technologies and engineering solutions to meet the demands of short-haul commercial flights. Below are the key technical specifications and performance characteristics of the 737-130. Engines. The Boeing 737-130 was powered by two Pratt & Whitney JT8D7A turbofan engines. These engines were known for their reliability and efficiency, making them a popular choice for short-haul aircraft. Horsepower and thrust. Each JT8D7A engine produced 14,000 pounds of thrust, providing the aircraft with a total thrust of 28,000 pounds. This power allowed the 737-130 to perform well on shorter runways and in various operating conditions. Speed. The Boeing 737-130 had a maximum cruising speed of 544 miles per hour, Mach 0.82, with a typical cruising speed of 510 miles per hour, Mach 0.76. This speed made it competitive with other jets of its era, ensuring efficient and timely service on short to medium routes. Range. The 737-130 had a range of up to 1,750 nautical miles, 3,240 kilometers, depending on the payload and fuel configuration. This range was well suited for domestic and regional routes, allowing airlines to operate efficiently across a variety of distances. Capacity. The seating capacity of the Boeing 737-130 varied depending on the airline's configuration, but typically ranged from 85 to 100 passengers. The aircraft was often configured with a single-class layout, optimizing it for high-density routes. Fuel efficiency. The 737-130 was designed with fuel efficiency in mind, incorporating features like wingtip devices and a streamlined fuselage to reduce drag. These design elements contributed to the aircraft's overall operational economy, making it an attractive option for airlines. Conclusion. The Boeing 737-130 was the aircraft that started a revolution in commercial aviation, laying the groundwork for what would become the most successful family of jetliners in history. Its innovative design, reliable performance, and versatility made it a game-changer for airlines and passengers alike. While the 737-130 itself had a relatively short production run, its impact on the aviation industry is still felt today, as the 737 series continues to dominate the skies.